Now let us move towards timers report. Please welcome Toastmaster Asank.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anurag. Here is the timing report. So specifically to start with the first speaker, Toastmaster Archita took 5 minutes 36 seconds. Jatin took 6 minutes 51 seconds. Toastmaster Asankhya took 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster guest Dolly Sharma took 1 minute 28 seconds. Toastmaster Bala took 2 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Shubham took 1 minute 46 seconds. Toastmaster Manvi took 1 minute 38 seconds. Guest Guru Raj took 1 minute 25 seconds in the evaluation segment. Toastmaster Shubham took 3 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Harsh took 3 minutes 58 seconds. That's all. Over to you, back General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asank. Now moving on towards our counter for the day, who will be Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, please present your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So here is my report. First, let's start with Toastmaster Harsh for essay for the day. He used 2 hours and the filler word was so. And then our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nikhil, you did a great job, like as a TMOD. And you used 15 plus hours and 5 and the filler word was so and phrase was you know. And the repetitive phrase was also you know. Then our presiding officer, Toastmaster Jatin, you used 1 hour. Then Toastmaster Anurag, our general evaluator for the day, you used 3 hours. Sorry, I did edited it. I did that. And then our timer, like first it was Toastmaster Manvi. So only I've taken the notes for the Toastmaster Manvi. She didn't use any filler word, filler sound, or filler phrases. So and today we don't have the grammarian. Sorry for that. And I'm the accounter. And then let's move to our first speaker, Toastmaster Rachita. You used 3 hours. Your filler word was so. Your hand movement and body gesture was pretty good, as I have covered it in my evaluation reports. Then, as again, I was the first evaluator. I didn't took my like my own. And then the second speaker, Toastmaster Jatin, you used 3 hours, and it was continuous. Like you were not using any filler phrase, but then again suddenly you use three. Then it was you use 3 hours, and then Toastmaster Harsh, our second evaluator, you use 5 plus hours. Our first, let's move to our the table topic segment. The first topic was the first table topic speaker was Toastmaster Asanki. You use 1 hour, and again you can work upon like you are an experienced Toastmaster, so you could please like you can keep your phone or anything, and you could use your hand movements, and also or list of people can also see. So your hand movements were not visible. And then our like for all the participants and for all the person here, she is not a guest. She is a Toastmaster. So Toastmaster Dolly, the second table topic speaker, you used 4 hours. Then our third table topic speaker, you did a great job. It was a great speech. The hand movements were very good, and you didn't use any filler word, filler phrase, or any repetitive word. Again, the fourth speaker, I was the fourth speaker. I didn't take the notes. Then our fifth speaker, Toastmaster Manvi, you didn't use any us. Kudos to you on that. And the speech was also pretty good. Your hand movements were very good. Our last table topic speaker, guest Guru Raj, you used 5 plus us and one And for our table topic master, he only used one filler word, that was yeah, well, and the repetitive word was also well. And his hand movements were also very good. And this was my report. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. Now let me start my evaluation for the day, starting off with Sergeant at Arms report. Apologies. Starting off with Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Hirsch. In this whole evaluation, I will focus mostly on recommendation as compared to commendations, because on Sunday morning, if you are joining this meeting in itself, it's a commendable job, and we all have done a great job. I can see that energy in each one of you. So it's a commendable job from everyone. I will focus mainly on recommendations from my end. So Toastmaster Hirsch, starting off, when you are presenting a sergeant at arms, when you're starting a sergeant at arms, please make sure you don't stretch it too long. You don't eat into the content of Toastmaster of the day, because once you are eating into the content of Toastmaster of the day, it becomes a difficult task for him. So please make sure when you are making it interesting, you can make it interesting in a different way as well. You don't have to go with the general way of eating into the content. So please make sure you don't stretch Sergeant at Arms too much, and don't eat into the content of other people, because that makes their job difficult, which already is. All right. Now let's moving towards Toastmaster of the day, which is Toastmaster Nikhil. Toastmaster Nikhil, it was great presentation from your end. You have presented an emotional topic, an interesting topic. You have presented it with a lot of facts. You have given us a good present PowerPoint presentations, and you told us about there are multiple unsung superheroes around us whom we don't hear much often, about whom we don't hear of more often. So those stories were inspiring, and kudos to you on doing that. Well, some small recommendation from my end for you would be, you can focus little bit on your energy part, because once you are a team mod is a person who is driving the energy in the whole session. So once you can focus that you should be little more energetic, that will bring more energy into the whole meeting. You can work a little bit on your facial expression and then voice modulation. Your content was quite good. You can have a little pauses in between, have a little more suspense, have a little bit correlation with the topic. But overall, it was quite an interesting, informative Toastmasters of the Day topic session from my end. So kudos to you on doing that. Now, now let us move towards speeches. For the first speech, evaluator was Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, it was quite a good introduction. Recommendations from my end is that once you are giving a recommendation, it's about, you should give a recommendation in a tone that it is applicable to everyone. Because once you are presenting your report, you're not just talking to that person, you're talking to whole meeting in general. So give your recommendation to a person, but keep your tonality, keep your way of presentation in a way that it is affecting whole audience in general, because we all need to learn from that speech as well, what we can learn from others. Because if we are learning from others, that's a great way to improve ourselves as well. So keep your tonality in that way. Okay. Overall, it was a proper evaluation. Toastmaster Arshita, great voice modulation, great story. I love the way you presented. You hooked the audience at start. Little bit work you can do is the transition parts. Once you are moving in your story from one part to another, it has to there has to be a proper transition. You have done that, but transition part could be little bit improved. Otherwise, everything else is covered by Toastmaster Shubham. Coming on to the next speech, which was whose evaluator was Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Harsh, you have done a good introduction. Once you are some recommendation from my end is, once you are presenting your evaluation, never say that my voice is not good. Never demean yourself in a evaluation. That's never a proper way to do anything. Second point is, in within the evaluation you have given a reference of of a evaluation done by Toastmaster Rasank in a different meeting. So that gets little out of context, because most of the people in the meeting don't know that context. So when you are giving a reference of another meeting or any other part, you either have to explain it in a much deeper manner, or don't give a reference. In that you can also opt for not giving that reference as well. Use CRC approach and maintain the time limit, as you know by the report as well. Overall, you are improving day by day, and I'm quite happy seeing your improvement. Toastmaster Jatin, most of the recommendation was covered by it. Toastmaster Harsh, it was a great speech, and no such recommendation from my end as well. Now coming on to the tag team. So timer was Toastmaster Manvi and Toastmaster Asankya. It was clear and crisp report. Obviously, we know the transition of timer cards was a little bit issue. we can solve that in future meetings. We can keep that in mind. Overall, it's a clear and crisp way. We can always say that why in the report why timing is important. We should always focus on why, because that's the way we should think in future meetings. Our counter for the day was Toastmaster Shubham. It was clear report, but sometimes some parts was missing. Sometimes you said that general evaluator you have done 10 hours, but oh no, you have done 3. So report should be crisp, could be a little more crisp and clear. On at one point, name of the person was also wrong. Toastmaster Manvi's name was wrong at first part. So it should be a little more clearer. So overall, it was a great report from your end. Now, coming on to the table topics. Toastmaster Dev, your topics were quite good, and I was thinking about those topics in my perspective. How will I talk about those topics? But a small recommendation would be that once you are presenting table topics, sometimes once you give a very long topic, it's difficult for the person to remember, to recall and present the topic from his end. So if possible, make it a little shorter so that that person who is presenting the topic can retain it. Otherwise, it was a great table topic sessions from your end. Table topic, I will just go through quickly, go through the recommendation for every table topic speaker. Toastmaster Asankhya, your topic was if can 8 hours work, if you can work for 8 hours for someone else, you can work for you can work 2 hours for yourself. It was a complete speech. Only a small recommendation would be that you can work on your voice modulation. That will make your speech much more effective. Guess Toastmaster Dolly, your speech was quite good, and you you have told about personal story, and little more practice if you will do, your speech will go much more farther. Overall, it was a complete speech. Little more lack of confidence I could sense. So over time, if you deliver more table topics, that you can overcome. Toastmaster Bala, it was good speech. Just small recommendation. It was a little too slow paced at the start. Maybe you were thinking about the topic. That's why it was too slow paced. But overall, it was a good speech. You can work a little bit on your pace. Otherwise, it was a great table topic speech. Now let's move towards the next table topic speaker, who is Toastmaster Shubham. Be a reason for someone, for people to contact. Obviously, we all know Toastmaster Shubham is a person whom we contact too much. And one thing is that Toastmaster Shubham, it was a great speech. Recommendation would be that once you're giving a speech and you are giving too much uh, references, either personal or interpersonal or in a group, it's difficult for the person who is not aware of that situation to connect with you. So give the references, but keep it limited. Don't give too much references. That's my recommendation. Now coming on to the Toastmaster Manvi. Toastmaster Manvi started with talking about viral things. Once you're talking about viral things, it's little bit ambiguous because there are multiple viral things happening on Instagram. I was confused which viral thing she was talking about. So once you are giving giving going to back to that topic, once you are giving reference, it's very critical that it is proper and it's not ambiguous. Overall, it was a great speech as well. Guest guest Guru Raja, it was a great speech. Only recommendation would be that you can work on structuring your speech properly, because it was you have put the points, but if you have if you would have put in the good structure, everything would have covered. So I think I've covered everything from my side. Back to overall, it was great meeting. Back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Nikhil. Toastmaster Nikhil.
Yeah, hi. Sorry. My- Okay, so uh, thank you so much, all the role players. Now, to conclude the theme of the day, we were talking about the heroes who don't wear capes. The list can go on, as we know. It's hard. It's just a 2 hours of session. We cannot cover, like we could cover a handful of them only. But again, we must admit that it's not just these people, the famous ones. If we look around us, I mean, it's a mother, a sister, a teacher, and women play all sorts of roles with such perfection, and we sometimes, miss giving them the credit that they deserve. So not only these 7, 8 personalities, but every woman around us is a hero in their own capacity. And also, I would like to admit that it's not only the good things. One thing I must admit is the bias is real. I mean, when we as a society have come a long way, and things are improving towards women, but I still believe there's a big distance to cover. And in fact, if I have to give you an example, it's not of the bias. I came across a very strange fact of late. If you any of you is a football fan, do you know who is the highest international goal scorer? Yes, please, Toastmaster Jatin.
Is it Sunil Shetty? No, not international. Okay, no, sorry.
Sorry, I am not able to. Can you please repeat, Toastmaster Jatin?
No, I don't think it's Sunil Chetri. He's not international goal scorer. He has high number of goals, but not international.
Okay, anyone else like to take a guess? Okay, so I think there are not not many football fans here. So if so I just to give you the perspective, I mean, I was at a conference of over 100 people, and when the speaker asked who is the highest, okay, I have a message. It's someone saying Messi. But anyways, that's the wrong answer. So out of those 150 people, when he asked who's the highest international goal scorer, the answer was Cristiano Ronaldo, which he is. But he has scored only 125 goals. And the correct answer is it's Christine Sinclair, the woman. She's a female football player, and she has scored 190 goals. If you can, just compare the number of goals. But that's not the surprising fact that 150 people didn't know. The surprising fact is that we all talk about artificial intelligence and Chat GPT. If you ask Chat GPT today, who's the highest international goal scorer, it gives you Cristiano Ronaldo and not Christine Sinclair. That's a shocking discovery, whoever it came up with. So I just felt like sharing it with you. So the bias is real, and it's not incorporated in just us as a society, but also if the machines, the technologies we are coming up. So we cannot neglect it. But at the same time, as I said, I have grown up among my sisters. I have seen the situations 20 years back, and I can compare the situations now, and things are improving. But um I think we just need to, move out of the race of equality. I myself do not identify. It may come as a harsh statement, but I do not identify myself as a feminist because I believe we are not equals, men and women. We have our own strengths, and when God created us, and that's why when a marriage happens, they call that a man and woman complete each other. So it's not about equality, it's about sharing your weaknesses and integrating your strengths. And that's how we as a society should move ahead, in my opinion. And thank you so much for being such a great audience. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope I have been able to do justice with it. And thank you so much. O- over to Toastmaster Jatin.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for a wonderful session that was prepared, I believe, much in advance, but delivered right on time. So it was seriously great to hear from you a different perspective on who the real heroes are and how they might wear different shades, different materials, but not capes, not necessary. So without further ado, considering that we are over time, I'd like to move on to the business end of the meeting. We now have 2 more polls to go. So I request people to vote for the best Eagle Eye role play amongst the tag team, only the timer and the counter, since we didn't have a grammarian today, and the best Lion Heart role play, which is the T-Mod, TTM, and GE. And you rightly said that our Toastmaster Shubham, people call Toastmaster Shubham so much, he's in everybody's minds. I had put his name on every single poll for some reason, even as a T-Mod. But if I think it should be fixed now. So our T-Mod is Nikhil Yadav, and we have the TTM Dev Parashar and G Anurag Gupta. Thank you once again, all the Toastmasters from other clubs, our sister club LTMC and Toastmaster Manvi, our hero, our capeless hero for TMCL, who joins in almost every meeting and takes up a role, and Dev, who joined in today as a TDM. Now, as we quickly we take some time to finish voting for the various awards, which are the speaker, table topic speaker, evaluator, eagle eye role player, and the Lionheart role player. I would quickly take a minute to get some feedback from guests who have joined